That's true.
The X-Can expedition team spotted something strange, a metal pipe sticking out of the ground deep inside a dense forest. What made it even more mysterious was the location. They were standing on what was once an extinct volcano, now completely overgrown with trees, grass, and wild vegetation. To investigate, they decided to lower a night vision camera into the pipe. As the camera descended nearly 30 meters, it captured something unexpected, a large underground tunnel. It was March 2018, and the X-Can team, near the city of Lublin in southern Poland, was about to uncover something extraordinary hidden beneath the earth. As the camera explored further, it revealed a set of rail tracks running deep into the tunnel. Just as the team was wondering what those tracks were for, they noticed an old minecart parked nearby. Local authorities were alerted, and they brought with them a map believed to be lost since the days of World War II. According to that map, the tunnel was built approximately 80 years ago and had been sealed off and hidden under layers of soil, grass, and heavy stones over time. But everything inside matched the layout shown on the wartime map. Inside, the X-Can team found more clues: rusted iron tools like sledgehammers, drill bits, and shovels, exactly how soldiers from Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan had left them 8 decades earlier. These tunnels were likely used to store supplies during the war. During World War II, thousands of underground bunkers and tunnels were constructed, many initially led by Adolf Hitler, but later also used by Allied forces for their own strategic operations. These bunkers served dual purposes, shielding troops from enemy airstrikes and artillery, and offering bases for launching counterattacks. Germany's frontline bunkers, like those along the infamous Atlantic Wall, were designed to withstand intense assaults. Some were even used as secret command centers where military leaders planned their operations away from enemy eyes. So many of these bunkers and underground war rooms were built during World War II that to this day thousands remain undiscovered, buried beneath forests, mountains, and cities. It's estimated that the cost of building these massive underground defenses today would be between $500 billion to $1 trillion. For context, the United States reportedly spent about $300 million per day during the 20-year war in Afghanistan. During World War II, the daily cost of constructing bunkers alone is believed to have been around $460 million. And that doesn't even include manpower, logistics, or ammunition. Let's now rewind to look at some of these key bunkers in history. The Atlantic Wall was a colossal coastal defense system built by Nazi Germany stretching over 2,400 miles along Europe's western coastlines. Constructed between 1940 and 1944, this wall included thousands of bunkers, ammunition depots, and fortresses, especially across France, including the heavily fortified beaches of Normandy. The wall even extended into Norway, where key forts like Kristiansand guarded important naval routes. Along the North Atlantic coast of the Netherlands, then under German control, thousands more bunkers were built. The construction of these structures was overseen by Fritz Todt, a German engineer whose organization used over 260,000 forced laborers, many of them prisoners, to complete these bunkers within just 2 to 4 years. Parts of the Atlantic Wall still survive today, preserved as historical monuments. But in 1942, the Allies got a brutal reality check. Canadian troops launched an attack on the port town of Dieppe, France, in what became known as the Dieppe Raid. Their goal was to test the strength of Hitler's Atlantic Wall. The result was disastrous. The concrete bunkers held strong, and the Canadians were met with devastating German fire. Of the 3,600 Allied troops, many were either killed or taken prisoner. The failure of the Dieppe raid forced the Allied powers to rethink their strategy. The UK, Soviet Union, France, and Canada began investing heavily in their own bunkers and tunnel networks. Churchill's War Rooms, a secure underground bunker in London, became a nerve center for British operations, built to withstand German bombings. France also strengthened its defenses along the Maginot Line, hoping to repel another German invasion. But during the war, Germany bypassed this system through Belgium and successfully invaded France. In Asia, Japan, Germany's Axis ally, also built an extensive network of underground bunkers. One major system was constructed beneath the EO border, filled with artillery positions, storerooms, and quarters. These were used to launch surprise attacks during Allied invasions. Japanese bunkers were vast and deadly, designed to inflict maximum casualties on intruders. The engineering marvels of these World War II bunkers are astounding. Built during a time of chaos and scarcity, workers faced suffocation, collapse, and dangerous conditions. Yet thousands of bunkers were completed, many still lost beneath our feet today. After World War II ended, some bunker entrances were sealed and their locations were forgotten or deliberately concealed. Many soldiers escaped, but some died trapped inside. Hitler's secret documents, holding maps to these sites, were often destroyed or hidden so well that their whereabouts remain a mystery. Some bunkers were camouflaged so expertly with vegetation and terrain that they looked like part of the natural landscape. Special ventilation systems were also installed to circulate air in these sealed underground environments. One of Hitler's most famous bunkers was the Eagle's Nest, Kelstein House, located in the Bavarian Alps. Used for high-level meetings and retreats, it was a fortress in the skies. But perhaps even more infamous was the Führer bunker in Berlin, Hitler's final headquarters, where he spent his last days and ultimately took his life on April 30th, 1945. While it no longer stands above ground, it remains one of the most haunting symbols of Nazi Germany. Another major command post was the Wolf's Lair in northern Poland. More a fortress than a bunker, it featured concrete walls and a 7-meter-thick roof. Camouflaged with trees and soil, it was nearly invisible from the air. The doors were built to withstand chemical attacks, and the air system was advanced for its time. With no windows and thick metal reinforcements, it resembled a hidden tomb. The Allied invasion on D-Day, June 6, 1944, finally broke through the Atlantic Wall. With over 156,000 troops, 5,000 ships, and 11,000 aircraft, the Allies faced immense resistance. Initial losses were heavy, but relentless airstrikes and paratrooper assaults finally overwhelmed German defenses. That single victory opened the gates for liberating Europe, and slowly, bunker by bunker, fortress by fortress, Nazi control began to crumble.